What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. So, y'all, I'm just doing my makeup here, and I'm gonna talk to y'all like I did for my past few videos since they have been getting some traction. I'm guessing that's the style that y'all like, or that's YouTube is out here pushing for me. So I'm gonna stick with this until otherwise. So I wanted to really just kind of piggyback off my last video because my last video was about, if you haven't checked it out, you might want to go um, check that out. But it's mainly just me, like a vlog style type of video. But I'm explaining how my mom, I had to put my mom out when I had my daughter because she got into an argument with me and my ex-husband while I was in the hospital dealing with, just having my daughter based off of preeclampsia. So if y'all want to check that out, I will actually list that video down below for y'all. But yeah, so I wanted to piggyback off of it because I had got a comment, um, and the comment is so triggering for me, y'all, because listen, I understand that people are gonna have opinions. That's fine. I understand based off of I understand social media. I know if I put it out there, some comments might be negative and some might be positive. It is what it is. Um, Disclaimer: if y'all, again, if you're new or if you just don't know, I am not telling these stories looking for anything. I really like when I first started on YouTube and stuff like that, I really like the whole point of just being able to do my makeup, create different looks, do my hair, create different looks, and just really put it out there. I like the creation part of it. Like I like being the creator, but I don't like the pressure that's behind social media nowadays. And I'm not peer pressure easily, so it's not like, oh, I have to do it. It's just it's what I'm seeing. I don't like it. I don't like that you gotta. I don't mind being a consistent part, but I don't like that people is like, oh, if you get your viral moment, then you gotta ride that wave and you gotta do this and you gotta this, make this money, this and that. To each his own, y'all. But me and my spirit and my sanity, no, because then I feel like at that point where I'm just trying to keep the wave going, I am trying to always create content based off of what was the last thing, or the last thing that was created, or I'm just always trying to produce something, and I don't want none of my stuff to ever be inauthentic, because for me and my soul, it just has to always be. I'm not a performative person, so it would never work, and y'all would see it and it would look crazy. So no, I don't ever want to just do it. Like, I'm not chasing the influencer thing, basically. I just like to create and put it out there. Early 2000s, when social media was first coming out and popping, it was just, we like to put what we wanted to put out there whenever we wanted to. No pressure to do 3 videos a day. Not like, all that is so overwhelming and just not good for me. So so I put videos out as I am doing them, and just for things that I like to share, whether it's the same type of thing. I think a lot of this life is so fast. Like, it has turned so fast that, like, the slower things are just repetitive things. Doing your makeup every day the same way or something can be looked at as bad. And it's like, yeah, what are we, like, what are we attracting here? I don't know. Could be just me, but I'm just giving y'all my point of view. So I'm saying that to say, y'all will get a bunch of different kind of videos. I'm getting into the vlogging thing, so those are I'm trying to produce those, but I really don't be doing nothing all the time either. So again, I don't want to feel pressure because these are the ones that people are liking, and now I feel pressure. I got to get out here and do it. Like, I'm not trying to just make stuff up, y'all. That's just what it is. But my disclaimer goes with, when I do these and I do the overview, the voiceovers. The stories I'm telling is really something that just involved me. I'm not looking for anyone to um justify I'm not looking for validation, basically. These things happen. It is what it is. Not so saying they old, but I also put at the end, like, I'll be seeing, like, how God has redeemed me through the entire thing, or what lesson God wanted me to see that I didn't see before, because it's a part of my journey of the healing, and just realizing, like, these things have not held me back, even if I felt like they were never going to end at that time. And so, to me, healing doesn't look just one way. And I feel like I am healed because I can move forward. I feel like when a person has not healed all the way, they still have something that's sitting there that's holding them to the point where, they can't have a conversation with the person, or they can't move forward with something, or it affects them going forward. And none of this stuff affects me going forward. I already was not able to like internalize none of this stuff at all. I never looked at it like, oh, this is me, I'm a problem. No. And that's how I know I healed, because those things that do not pertain to me. I'm literally okay with how the situation is, and okay with what it might be in the future. I don't have a hope for anything, but if it was to come, then I would be open to at least entertaining it when it comes to like my mom and family and stuff, because at the end of the day, it's family. As long as it's not nothing like off the wall crazy where it's very, damaging. I feel like with my mom, she did more of the mental damaging, but no, I ain't gonna say that. When we was younger, it was more physical, but as I got older, it was more of like trying to be mental. But I am a mentally strong person anyway, so a lot of that stuff, no, it went in one ear and out the other, because I was just like, yeah, something wrong with you. Like, I knew at a very young age it was something wrong with her, not me. You got something going on that you got to deal with, that you keep trying to project on me, and I'm just at the age that I'm at, I'm not doing that. I'm not taking that in no more. So that's that on that. But the reason why I'm even having this conversation with y'all is because somebody was like, make peace, and that's your mom. And y'all, that's so triggering. That's so triggering, because I cannot stand when people say that. Like, to me, I feel like that's low key trying to give like the parent a pass. And I understand that in the Bible it says honor thy mother and thy father, but in that same Bible, y'all, it does say that parents should not be provoking their kids. And if y'all know me, then y'all know I was always provoked. it's listen, when I tell you, I literally walked a straight and narrow path. Not saying that I'm perfect, but meaning the way society told you to go out here and go get this American dream is what I was on my way to, and I still fell. Like, I still fell, and throughout the entire thing, I did all of that stuff by myself, no help from family. Like, she literally kicked me out at 19, y'all. So I'm in college, trying to finish college, and now I got to figure out life because I got kicked out at 19. Like. It's like every opposition, a lot of the opposition came from her. And people still be like, that's your mom. Like, please. My dad used to say that all the time, and that was so irritating. No, I don't care if that's my mom. That doesn't give her a pass to treat me any way she wants to treat me. And I think people need to understand that. Like, I'm gonna give you a certain type of respect as far as me not trying to knock your head off when I see you. But at the same time, if it starts getting out of hand because you want to be, getting crazy, then if I keep engaging in that, eventually I'm gonna fall into that same trap. Otherwise, I would have to get myself up out of there, and I'm that type of person. I'm going to remove myself from the situation, or remove the person from the situation if it's like, if you're in my space. And that's kind of what happened with that situation in the hospital. It was, I am literally like, there's no respect for me, no care in the world, that I just got cut open because of preeclampsia. And yes, women deal with this all the time, but just no concern. You come the very next day, and then she was itching for an argument, y'all. Like, I did how I told the story was obviously, it was in detail, but not enough. Like, when I say little nitpicking things, just trying to figure out something that she can use to just irritate me or irritate him. It was just crazy. And I still tried to like bypass that, because I'm like, it's my mom. And every single time I tried to have that same way of thinking, well, it's my mom, we always got into it. Because I'm at the age where you can't just say anything to me and I gotta lay there and take it. I'm not a kid. So, you have to change that dynamic on how you deal with your adult kids now. And she never wants to do that. It's always want to be, I'm superior to you. And that's just what it is. And that's life don't work like that. Right. And if that's why, if y'all see, that's why a lot of the kids that leave their parents, when they leave them, half the time they are the ones that have dealt with enough in childhood that they don't even want to deal with that in adulthood. Probably then extended olive branches out the wazoo, and then you turn around and you still not extended the same type of grace that people want you to extend. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't understand how parents can make it seem like, or how like they should be able to get a pass. And now that I have kids, it's an absolute no. I apologize to my kids at the ages that they are now. I have she's going to be 10. I have an 8-year old and I have a 5-year old that's turning 6. I apologize to them if I am in the wrong. Like something as simple as, who did this, and everybody say no, and then I'm like, well, I pick a kid because you know how you know your kid. So I'm like, well, this kid, I know you be doing this and that. And if he be like, no, I didn't do it, and come to find out he didn't, I'll say, all right, I'm sorry, my bad. I thought you did, or I thought you had this last. It's nothing for me to say that. So when I look at something like that, that matters because he's not, I'm not always just picking on one child. He's not to blame for everything. But in my situation, and when I was a kid, I was literally to blame for every single thing, y'all. I mean, I even stood up for my other two siblings at times where it ain't even had nothing to do with me. I just didn't want them to be getting hurt the way that I got hurt because I knew what it felt like to get hurt. I promise you, I used to be like, trying to talk her down the ledge, knowing the whole time I could get hit in the crossfire. But me and my spirit that I have, I was like, man, I already know how this is. I really don't want to see my little sister get beat the way I got beat, or got this the way I got this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I done did it all, y'all, and I still get met with nonsense. And after a while, you're just not going to keep listening to that. You're just not. Sorry, not sorry. You're just not going to. It's not okay. It's not something that a mom should continue to do, because if you love and respect your kid, to be honest, love should outweigh all of that. But sometimes it don't. You know what I'm saying? And you have to come to terms with that. And that's literally what I did, y'all. That's the hill part. And I keep telling you, I gave that to God because I don't know how I did it. I should be a lot more damaged than what I am. I'm going to put it like that. And the parts that were damaged that I felt like was spilling over, I can communicate. Like if it was something in uh, my marriage when I was married, I could at least communicate that with him, and then maybe we, look into try to figure something out. Like maybe he could help me along the way or something. Um, or if it's something with my kids, then I am making sure that I'm self-aware on what's going on, and then I'm trying to fix it going forward. So I'll give you like a small example. Like I'm the middle kid, so I always got the heat as the middle child. So I have a son, he's the middle kid, and I felt like I was getting on him more as the middle child, and that really did something to me. It really messed with me because I'm like, Dad, I don't want this cycle to continue because I need to break this. Like I don't, the middle child ain't gonna keep getting heat now. Like that's not what we doing. So I had to figure out how to break this. But what I also had to realize was, I compared the child is like how I was. My son is not, and he's a boy, so I know like boys need a little bit more of a rougher experience than the girls, especially when they're young. So not that he needs to have the rough experience. It was just some instances I had to be a little bit more hard bodied than not. Whereas when I was a kid, I didn't really need that. She looked at me the wrong way, I straightened up. You know what I'm saying? Like I was always trying to impress her in a sense where my son's not really trying to do that. He's just excited to do whatever he can do. But I had to make sure I wasn't just nitpicking. And so some of the things that I was doing, even though I'm correcting him and I'm making sure that, he has, because my whole goal is to make sure he has the tools that he needs to be able to function in this world when he get older. And his dad was not doing it. So it's left up to me. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, but I also don't want to make sure that I overdo it either. And so I was very self-aware, and then sometimes I dial in the back where I would have to be like, woosah, because I'm ready to knock your head off. But instead of me doing that, I'm willing to walk away and then have a conversation with you later and be like, okay, do you understand why you got in trouble? Do you understand why you got yelled at? What's going on? What's this? I never got the courtesy of getting a conversation, even at the age of 8. At the age that I am at now, 30 plus, y'all, I don't get common courtesy um conversations. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's none of that. And I would apologize and be like, and I'll tell him, even in a point where he is getting in trouble, I'm like, okay, I'm calm, cool, and collected. I'm like, look, I don't want you to think you gotta be scared of me, but you gotta also understand I ain't the one to play with. So he knows the look. Y'all know what I'm talking about, the black look, the black mom look. He knows that look, and he know when to stop playing around. But he also knows you don't have to be scared of me. But that's now. He knows it now because I'm like, listen, don't lie to me because you're scared. Because you're still going to get in trouble for the lying. So always tell the truth, but you don't have to seem like you're scared or feel like you're scared of me just because you might get in trouble for doing something you ain't supposed to be doing. And the punishment don't be nothing but I'm gonna take your iPad away. But if you get the lying, now it's gonna be a little something more. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's a issue that could cause a whole lot more issues as a black man, as a black boy going into a black man in America. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's stuff like that I can't. I am literally breaking the chain off of that, and I'm looking back like, dang, I wasn't even extended that courtesy. So no, it ain't that Shema make amends. How many times do you expect for a person who has been hurt to make amends? That's like saying somebody can keep on stabbing you and you just gotta keep taking it. Like, what? Are you okay? Like, why would I keep willingly taking it just because a person has a title in my life? I will never understand it, y'all. I will never understand it. So when I had got that comment, I'm like, oh, it's so triggering because that's something my dad used to say. And I'm like, but that's not helping me. It's not helping me deal with the stuff in the moment. It's not helping me, you know, maybe even talking to her and be like, okay, let up on her. So it just was not helping. And that's the type of stuff that people say that I feel, in my opinion, can have people internalize these things and look at it like, okay, well, maybe it's me. And as a kid, it don't be you. You don't even have the frontal lobe to be able to to understand everything that happens. So the parents are the ones that's supposed to regulate that stuff. And my mom just never did. And I used to look at certain like movies and stuff, and I'm like, Dad, I wish I had that relationship, or I wish I had a mother figure type. But y'all, I promise you, I don't care no more. I don't know why I was dealt the cards I was dealt, but at the same time, I understand who God is, and I understand that God gives people the opportunity to do what they want. And if she decided to do it that way, that's something she has to take up with God and deal with God. that's that's it. You know what I'm saying? Point blank and a period. Now, if you want to continue a relationship with me, then you have to have that hard conversation with me. And that's something she just don't want to do. And it's because it makes you look at yourself, the inside of yourself, and you like, dang, I was kind of, everybody can't handle that. If you can't, that's okay. That don't mean I have to keep you around and keep you uh in arm's length. Like, that means I can keep you at arm's length. I don't have to keep you around where you can just continue hurting me. I ain't gonna keep getting hurt. That's because you a fool. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just one of them situations where it's tough because I do understand that it's, as a parent, it's your mom. As the little girl, it's a mom. I want the relationship but I also know it's to an extent. You're not supposed, as a child of God, God don't want you hurt as well. That just doesn't, you know what I'm saying, y'all? Like, that doesn't click to me. But I also know I cannot just keep having a person keep doing me crazy, and I can't do nothing about it. No, I don't have to retaliate, but I can stop it. And setting a boundary or blocking somebody or whatever the case may be, whatever I got to do in that instance to stop that, cool. Can we have a conversation going forward? Absolutely, if she wants to. But it's not something that I'm looking for because I'm not trying to have it stop the life that I've already started building and the healing that I started building. I'm not trying to go backwards. So, yeah, y'all, this is just me, doing my makeup. This is me in the light. If y'all like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all in my next video. Thank you for watching.